Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here, and I'm finally feeling okay. Last week was a complete write-off with a stomach virus. Today's the first day I'm back. So, buyer class this Wednesday night, and so what you do is you show up, bring a food bank donation. There's no cost to attend, just bring that. We'll give you a manual, and then we're going to go right into the financial plan, how much things cost, the hidden costs involved. We're going to look at the mortgage world, so pre-approvals, credit scores, what lenders look for, how to buy a home with zero down, why choosing the lowest rate sometimes will not be in your best interests. We get into real estate, how to make sure your agent's protecting you, new homes versus resale homes and the differences, the pros and cons of each. We talk about getting access to homes before other buyers. We talk about the importance of market education before buying a home, and why just checking email isn't good enough. We go into home inspection slides from all across foundations, electrical, all the things that you should look for when you're out there looking at homes. And then finally, we wrap it up with a review of the costs and then also what a lawyer does at the end. We've got some great professionals here. We've got tea, coffee, cookies, and no cost to you, tons of great information. We've had about 600 people graduate from the class, and sign up just over there or go to miltonbuyerclass.com. So we've got 50 listings today. I promise not to talk about all of them. 341 Wilson, looks like it only has one bathroom on the second floor, no bathroom on the main. The thing about this one is it's $259. So you can look at this and say, okay, well, it needs work. Well, renovated homes in this area go for a lot more. It has the electric baseboard heat. I don't find the cost extremely alarming. It really is about managing the cost, because if you ran electric baseboards the same way that you'd run a gas system, it usually costs a little bit more. But if it's smartly managed, you can do quite well. Anyway, there's one bedroom condos going for this price. So when you have a 3-bedroom townhouse with even a little backyard, it starts to make a lot of sense at this price. Here's a way to do research on your own. This one on Wise Crossing, $374,900, very attractive price for a 1,275 square foot freehold townhouse. Typically, these are up in the $400,000 price point. So what's going on here? I looked at this and I thought, it's interesting. Wise Crossing. Now, the other thing to look at is fronting on the north side of the street. Now, if we go to a map, you can see Wise Crossing's right here, and the entire north side of Wise Crossing, fronting on the north side means that it's on the north here. It's not facing north, it's fronting on that north side, which means the backyard faces north. That is a no frills. Even though it doesn't show it on Google Maps, there is a grocery store, there's a Scotiabank just over here. So this property, despite their best efforts, and you know, the cabinets are actually nice. They're a lighter color. I know people prefer dark, but it's, you know, some stainless steel in here would turn this around, and not that it's bad, but it just brings it up a level. And you also have a little kick plate right here, which is attached to the central vac. So when you're sweeping your kitchen, sweep it right in there, turn it on, gets rid of all the dust. It's a very convenient feature. You've got nice looking floors here. You've got some California shutters. There's only one full bathroom upstairs, but the bedrooms are all a pretty good size. They upgraded the sink here. Overall, it's got a light, good feel, but there you go. That's what you see in the back. So if you didn't have the photo gallery, or if you didn't explore that, this is a way to know what it's actually backing onto by looking at the side of the street that it fronts onto. Now, just like most real estate listings, you always want to take everything that you read here with a grain of salt, because agents do make mistakes when they put the listings in. So driving by, or even just doing a couple, you can look at the Google map and look at the property address and see exactly what side of the street it's on. Now, this one on short read is $389. It's a Mattamy Village town. It's a Woodbine, or the old version is called the Spring Valley. 2-car parking in the driveway, which doesn't change the price a lot, but it does tend to be a very convenient feature. I know this home pretty well because I sold it, I think, last year. Pot lights in the ceiling here. You have the 2-bedroom, 3-washroom So on the top floor, you've got 2 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, which is my favorite layout in this one. And overall, it looks pretty good. We have seen this model sell for more than $400,000. Short Reed also happens to be a nice location. You've got a park a couple doors down from this one. You can access that whole green space in the middle of the subdivision, and you might even get some nice sunset escarpment views from that balcony up top. So given what else is sold, they've rapidly appreciated, but given what else is sold recently, they have a shot of doing this price or possibly even a little better. Now we're going to skip forward a few in the list. McJannett's the next one at $549. So it's Mattamy Plan 4, one of my personal favorites. It's got a nice floor plan. So behind where the camera is, there's a front den with a window that faces the driveway in the front of the home. And then you walk into the home and you've got this nice open concept. There's the den right there. Open concept dining room plus the family room and kitchen with an eat-in. So it's set up like a grid pattern. That's a good view of the whole main floor. You have nice upgraded countertops. Under cabinet lighting, you have a backsplash. Everything just looks good. It's neutral, it's clean, and this is the level that if you're selling your house, you should aspire to. Everything looks like it's set really well. 2-car parking in the driveway. We talked about that earlier in the episode, and the price point looks good compared to what else is sold. Giddings I'll talk about quickly because there was a statement in the description that kind of made me laugh. It says it's detached only it's attached by the garage and the foundation. So it's almost like a detached, but then it's not because it's attached. Doesn't make any sense. Knight Trail. So up in Dempsey, double car garage. The house, I believe, is about 2,100 square feet. It's got a bit of siding on the outside. It is very close to the 401. You could walk to the GO train. You could walk to that main commercial hub at Main and Thompson. The library, the Center for the Arts, the Leisure Center is all there. You've got a very impressive looking home. A lot of designer finishes in here. And, even that style of having the darker island, and then you've got the lighter cabinets behind it. Looks good. Really nice. I think they priced it pretty well. There's been stuff on Roper it's a little bigger, but it went up right around $700,000. Finished basement's all been done. I think it's move-in ready, and it's a good price point for a double car garage. And even just as a comparison on Knight Trail, we've got one on Monaghan. So this is a Mattamy Spirit Home Plan 6, another one of my favorite layouts. 629, so it's a couple hundred square feet bigger than Knight, but it doesn't have a finished basement. It's newer, but I like the location on Knight for what you can get to a lot faster. It'll save you 10 minutes commute to get on the 401 from Knight compared to this one on Monaghan. The red floors are tough. They're very, and this is just from going out with buyers and listening to what they have to say. There's very few people that will look at red flooring and say, okay, that's what I'm looking for. It's good to put a towel on the rack too. It just kind of fills the room up a little bit. So that's the thing. If you're going to choose something, choose it well. There's a lady named Leanne Robertson that we work very closely with, interior designer. And it's not such a bad idea to hire Leanne to come with you if you're buying a new home. Have an expert choose the upgrades. It can be very overwhelming. And a piece of hardwood this big can look a lot different when it's there in person. So it's a good idea to hire someone for a couple $100 that could potentially, I could see somebody lowering their offering price because they'd have to rip these floors out by probably $10,000. Even though it may not cost that, I've seen it firsthand that buyers say, well, new floor is $10,000. There's an effect where a buyer will overestimate how much things cost. Well, a new roof is $10,000. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's only $6,000. But the value is in the eye of the beholder. So if you're a seller who wants an enhanced perception of value, then you eliminate all of the objections somebody's going to have, like Knight. I mean, aside from ripping the siding off on the outside, it looks move-in ready. I like this one on Weston Drive, $659 for a Fieldgate Chester model. We just saw a Chester go for over $700,000. That was an outlier. It was high. I don't know what the buyers were thinking, but there have been a lot of these models that have sold for over $650, and the fact that this one has the hardwood, it has a decent looking kitchen, the countertops are upgraded. I've got to say that this one looks like one of the better deals of today in a rather big list. Winter Crescent, 3,400 square feet plus a finished basement for less than $800,000 with good classic. That type of hardwood is a color that never really goes out of style. It's a good floor plan. I think it's called a Ravenswood. Big ensuite. You've got 4 bedrooms, plus you have a 5th bedroom downstairs in the basement. Laundry room has been set up nice, blocking the washer dryer with tile. And there you go, open concept basement. It's great, fantastic. It's on Mattamy builds larger 50 by 100 foot lots. They used to, they don't anymore. But even for lot size, you see this size of lot in Old Milton. So it's not true that you always have to go to Old Milton to get a good sized lot. Great listing, one of my favorites of today. When I first moved to Milton, I drove around trying to get the lay of the land, and I encountered this street called Valley View, and I drove down and I thought, wow, these are nice big lots. The homes are set back. It definitely gave me one of the best impressions I've had of any street in town. And I think it still does. I mean, as we get more familiar, sometimes we don't always remember how special things are. But this is a big side split home. The bedrooms are a nice size. There's a lot of finished space here. I would say you're easily over 2,000 square feet of total space. They renovated the kitchen here. And it looks like there's some different colored hardwood. I like when things match a little bit more, even if it's on different levels. You've got a nice bar, home theater, you've got a pool, and it's all set up very nicely. So there you go, $839. We've seen a couple on Valley View that have crept up into the 7s, started to break 8s, and compared to even some of the other premium streets in town, for the size of this home, having the pool, having the bigger lot, it's good. And there's some parts of Valley View back onto Ontario. It's not. It's on the inside Crescent. It's in the north part of the street, which probably has the lowest traffic. Okay, 230 Bustle Crescent, last one I'm going to talk about today, but there's a couple good ones in the Oakville Milton list. So check the second link. $579 for this one. It's about 1,900 square feet. It's got a lot of nice finishes. It's probably a little higher. Like, this is a great price if you had a finished basement attached to it, if you had some kind of a premium lot. There is parquet, but it doesn't look so bad when you stain it dark. If you keep it honey colored, it's a very tough sell, but this looks a lot more stylish. And they've upgraded the flooring upstairs, so it doesn't look like there's any carpet in this house. And you've got a pretty permanent structure here for most sheds are made of like siding or wood. This one is the bomb shelter right here. So that is definitely something that's not going anywhere in a strong wind. So nice home, great kitchen, and the layout's good, and the streets, it's a long street. It gets some traffic, but it's generally, as a Crescent, not very busy. It's still somewhat street hockey friendly. So that's the list for today. If you have any questions, reach out to us. If you want to see anything in this list, same thing, reach out to us. Buyer class is over there, and you can see some of the episodes from last week. There were a couple where I didn't shoot a video or sent an email, but I gave you some thoughts. So that is just up there on the episodes tab. We'll see you tomorrow.